do your thing.
Good morning, good news, everyone. Today we're back on Channel 2 News, and we're going to be covering Joe Biden's inaugural address, and we have a few questions that we want to ask our first news anchor, Taylor Boyd. Starting off with, what
What problems do you think the new president is most concerned about, and why?
All right. Just say that?
Yeah.
Starting off with, what problems and concerns did the president have, and why?
What problem do you think the new president is most concerned about? Concerned. All right.
Starting with, what problems do you think the president has most concerns about, and why?
All right. So, the second question is what information and evidence supports this opinion?
All right. So I'm gonna be like, thanks, Taylor. So the second question is,
yeah,
what evidence and support do you have for these questions?
Gotcha. Yeah. So what evidence do you have for to support these claims or these opinions or these claims? What evidence do you have to support this claim? All right.
Thank you, Taylor. So the next question is, what evidence do you have to support these claims?
All right. So the third question is, what is his? I think I asked this question. No, damn, my fault. I was supposed to answer the second one.
Oh, okay. So thank you, Orlando.
No. So after you're gonna say thank you, Taylor, because Taylor she's answer number one. And then you can say, now for our news reporter Orlando. I mean our news anchor Orlando Brown or something like that. What information or evidence does Taylor have to support her claim? All right. So that's what we do.
All right. Thank you, Taylor. Now for our second news anchor Orlando Brown, what evidence do you have to support Taylor's claims?
Perfect. All right. So Taylor Boyd, this is Taylor now. You're talking to Taylor, so thank you for talking to Taylor. What is Biden's plan of action? All right, that's fine. Let me know. You good?
All right, thank you, Orlando. Now back to Taylor.
What is Biden's plan of action? All
right, what is Biden's plan of action? Thank you, Orlando. Now back to Taylor. Can you please explain to me what is Biden's plan of action?
Great. All right. So this is Taylor again, I believe.
She did 1, 3, and 5.
1, 3, and 5? Okay, this is me. All right, so what emotion is the president trying to invoke in the hearts and minds of the American people? How do you know? All right, so
what
you said?
What emotion is the president trying to invoke in hearts and minds?
All right.
All right, thank you, Taylor. And back to Orlando. What emotion is the president trying to invoke in the hearts and minds of the American people? And how do you know?
That's perfect. All right, the last question is, what are some possible counterclaims from the defeated opposing party? What are some possible counterclaims from the defeated opposing party?
What are some possible counterclaims from the defeated opposing party?
Yeah. Or you just say, what are some possible counterclaims from the opposing party?
All right.
All right.
This Taylor again?
Yeah, Taylor.
Thank you, Orlando. Now back to Taylor, and our last question is,
what are some possible counterclaims from the opposing party?
What are some possible counterclaims from the opposing party?
There you go.
All right, thank you, Orlando. And back to Taylor. So our last question is, what are some possible
counterclaims from the opposing party? What's some
possible counterclaims from the opposing party? What are some counterclaims from the
What's some possible counterclaims from the opposing party?
What are some possible counterclaims from the opposing party?
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Orlando. And back to Taylor for our last question. What are some possible counterclaims from the opposing party?
There you go. All right, so now we're gonna try to close out. How we gonna close out? I'm trying to see how we gonna close out. I kind of want Taylor to come out here real quick and we can like tune in or something like that. So basically, you're gonna be like some tune in type stuff. All right, so that was it for our breaking or our some type of what type of news is this week?
Breaking news.
Our political topic. Yeah. That was it for our political discussion today. Yeah, tune in tomorrow for we talking about Dr. Smith. We're gonna throw a joke in there. We're talking about something. Gotta say, does Dr. Smith fix his U-Haul? Something like this.
All right, man. Dr. Smith fixes U-Haul.
Did Dr. Smith finally get his U-Haul fixed? Something like that. All right, so tune in. Thank you everyone for tuning in for our political discussion. Tomorrow's discussion we will be talking about did Dr. Smith get his finally fix his U-Haul or something like that.
All right, man.
Usually.
All right, thank you all our fans for tuning in for this political discussion today. Tune in tomorrow as well for we'll be talking about how Dr. Smith finally got his U-Haul fixed.
All right, that's cool.